that I found you at the right time. You're running my mind. Oh no, it's been a long time. Oh, I've been searching for a long time. Glad that I found you at the right time. Oh, you're running my mind. I can't lose this loving, this loving, this loving. Don't wanna lose this loving, this loving, this loving. I can't lose this loving, this loving, this loving. Don't wanna lose this loving, this loving, this loving. I see what I've been missing. Been through many seasons, but I never found the person for me.
Hello, welcome to Conjugal Bliss. I am Priscilla Ashonibare. Thank you for joining me. For some weeks now, we've been discussing the topic, love is not enough. And we've been trying to answer the question that somebody sent to us and said, okay, now since love is necessary in marriage, how can you make it to be enough? And to answer that question, we've been talking about the four types of love, the four major types of love, because there are more than four. And we said that these four types of love are very important in marriage. The first is the filial love, the one that is existing between friends. So we can call it the friendship love. The second is the storge love, which is the familial love, the love that is existing among family members. The third is the eros, that is the emotional love. That is the one that makes you to be attracted to that spouse that you're now married to. That is the one that made you to be attracted to that person that you are trying to say, okay, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. Maybe you're in courtship or engaged. And we said the fourth kind of love is the agape kind of love, the unconditional kind of love. And we said that that is the one that research has shown that there are some things, okay, based that is from this kind of love. I'm going to tie up the loose end later at the end of this show, of this episode, that there are some things that you have to do in order for love to be enough in the marriage. And the first is what is care and kindness. Care and kindness. The second is respect. We said there's the need for you to hold each other in high esteem. Okay? Don't talk down on each other at all. Rather, hold each other in high esteem. You know, the way some people would treat their bosses at work, you wonder why they cannot treat their spouses in the same way at home. Yes, your husband is not your boss. Yes, your wife is not your boss. But can you just treat your spouse with high esteem? Don't talk bad at each other at all. So let's continue. What else is the other thing that research has shown that can help your love in the marriage to be enough? Okay, so that it's even more than the feelings. The marriage can be able to withstand the test of time and be satisfying and successful. The third is selflessness. Selflessness. If you notice, you see when we talk about care and kindness, I gave us a Bible verse. When we spoke about respect, I gave you a Bible verse as well. 1 Corinthians 13:5 that said, love is not rude. Okay. Now, the third one now is selflessness. Prioritizing the happiness of your spouse to yours. You know what people will say is, okay, if you're not happy in that marriage, get out. The question is, are you making your spouse to be happy? It takes two to tango. Many times people will come and they will say, this is what my spouse is not doing. This is what, like when I'm having a therapy with a couple, one of the couples, okay, a spouse, sorry, with one of them first, because that's what I do. When they come, we need help with our marriage, or if it is one that just came, we need help. And I'll say, okay, now tell me what is going on. You know, people would always be quick to say what the other person is not doing. It would only take a few who are sincere to say, yes, I know my spouse is doing this, but I know that I'm not doing this right as well. But most times you see people who say, my husband is not doing this, my wife is not doing this, and they will refuse to say what they are not doing. No, love to be enough in the marriage, you have to be selfless. You have to prioritize your spouse. You know, research has shown that when you try to promote the happiness of somebody else, you end up being happy yourself. There's a course that I took when I was doing my PhD, and it's talking about happiness. Okay, the how of happiness. That was one of the topics we spoke about when talking about how people can get to be happy. And they discover that when people, for example, you give gift to someone, the person receiving the gift will be happy. And do you know that you are giving the gift to the person, your level of happiness too will increase because you are giving the gift to the person. So you are making somebody happy actually by making yourself happy as well. So in marriage also, when you try to make your spouse happy, you will see that you are going to reap happiness as well. 1 Corinthians 13:5 says, love does not seek its own. It does not demand its own way, does not always insist of having his or her way. I always like to say this. You can never be right while claiming right in marriage. Okay, let me put it in another way. You can never be right if you're always claiming right in marriage. If it is always my way, if it is always you do it the way I want it done or no other option, if it is always you yield to me or there's going to be fire on the mountain in this family, then you cannot have a happy home. If it's always me, myself, and I, then you cannot have a happy home. You have to move and have cognitive pluralism from the cognitive singularism. You have to move to pluralism. Okay, what am I trying to say? Once you're married, you should not be thinking about me, myself, and I. It should be us, we, ours. Okay. You shouldn't, that's why the Bible said that a man will leave his parents and be joined to his wife, and they will now become one. You should be selfless. You should be ready to sacrifice. Some people will say, no, it is no more for better, for worse. It is for better, for stay, for worse, for leave. That is not marriage. It is not marriage at all. Before you go into, that is why, please, I would beg pastors, preachers, the clergy people out there, make sure when couples are getting married, they make this vow. Because some young ones say, no, it's not going to be worse for us. It won't be worse for you, amen. But there will be times when you have to face the storm. So, and when you are facing the storm, you'll be able to remember the statement, for better, for worse, till death do we part. You getting married to that person, it is supposed to be a lifetime thing. So don't look out for yourself. Don't be selfish. Don't be self-centered. It is so bad that some husbands would go out. There was one lady woman that was saying her husband would give very little money, and they now discover that at work during lunchtime, he will go and eat and take care of himself. And the little money he left at home for food would not even be enough to prepare a decent meal. And what I told the woman is, I said, since you know he's doing that, then you two get up and do something. Get a job. If you can't get a job, start a business. And the little he's bringing in, while we are still praying to God to help so that he would stop being selfish, you do what? You try to bring in something as well. And you, the man that is doing that, that is bad. Very bad. You should take care of your family. And ladies, there are some ladies too that they won't bother about the happiness of their husbands. They say, let him go and take care of himself. I don't even care. I have my children to face. That is the mistake of some women. No. Don't now say because you have children, you neglect your husband. You got him first before those children started coming. You have to be selfless. Take care of each other. Love each other. Prioritize the happiness of each other. Do everything to make your spouse happy. And you will see that you are going to be happy while trying to make your spouse happy. And as you try to make your spouse happy, a spouse who has the fear of God, who is responsible, will also want to do what? To make you happy. The other thing the research has shown that will make love to be enough in the marriage that is beyond feeling is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Some people will say, he did this that very day when we're getting married. I remember the statement he made. And from that time, it's been hard for me to forgive. You will only keep on hurting yourself. Remember 1 Corinthians 13 verse 5 said, love keeps no record of being wronged. It keeps no record of being wrong. Forgiveness is the glue that repairs relationships. Forgiveness is the glue that will repair your marriage. Ephesians 4:34 says, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. Forgive. Throw it into the sea of forgetfulness. Stop fishing out for it. You know, some past people say, yes, I've forgiven you. Yet when anything happens again, they'll go and get the hook and they'll go and fish for that thing that the spouse did 10 years ago, trying to bring it out, to dangle it in his face or her face and say, remember you did this? No, you have not forgiven. Be like your father. He said, I will remember your sins no more. Isaiah 43 verse 25. Don't recall the past mistakes of your spouse. If you keep on bringing the old baggages, that is kitchen sinking, that is what we psychologists call it. You keep on bringing it, one of the negative communication style, kitchen sinking. You keep on bringing past events, bringing them to the present. Your marriage will never heal. It will never heal. 1 Peter 4:8 says, love covers a multitude of sin. Stop digging out those sins again. Forgive. Let go of the hurt. Let go of the hurt. Another thing that research has shown that will help your marriage is quality time. Quality time. As soon as I say it, some people be saying, where do you want me to find the time? I leave the house 5 a.m. I come back 9 p.m. And you're saying quality time. You have to make time to spend time with your spouse. I repeat, make time to spend time with your spouse. One more time, make time to spend time with your spouse. Don't repeat the mistake of Adam. Genesis 3:12, Adam said, God was asking, why did you do this? He said, the woman whom you gave to be with me. Now, if he knew she was supposed to be with him, where was he when the devil came to tempt Adam? She was not with him. So that was the first mistake he made. And that was why he gave room for the devil to come and deceive the wife. And the problem we are having now. Listen, spouses, if you do not communicate with your spouse, the devil will. If you don't talk to your spouse, the devil will. And you know, when the devil is speaking to your spouse, he has nothing else to tell your spouse than lies. Yeah, he's a father of lies. Spend quality time with your spouse. Make time. Maybe you've put your children to sleep around 8 p.m. Turn off the screen, put your phone away, and spend just 1 hour a day. How was your day today, my love? How was your day, my sweetheart? What happened? Can you talk to me? You can sit, you can even lie down on your bed. Just spend that few minutes talking. Even Jesus appointed the 12 disciples to be with him. We all need somebody to be with us. Research has shown that many families, there's this term now, fobbing. Okay, the fobbing, that means you see families, they are together, even in the sitting room, but they are not together because each person is what? Looking on their phone, scrolling. So nobody's even looking up to even say anything to anyone. Don't let that be. Make time, turn off the screen, communicate, talk. It's very important. Very, very important. Quality time is needed. Remember when you were courting, you had quality time. That is when you will talk, 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 talk. Even when you are not in the same place on the phone into the night, you are still talking. Yet you know you are going to wake up around 5 a.m. But 1 a.m. you are still speaking with her then because this love thing, was still new. The euphoria was there. You would still sacrifice the time to talk. Now that you are under the same roof, it is better. Spend time together. The sixth thing is they have to do in order for love to be enough is commitment. Love never give up. It doesn't give up. Love does not give up. According to 1 Corinthians 13:7, it never loses faith. It is always hopeful and endures through every circumstances. So I would say, stay with it. Walk it out. Don't walk out of your marriage. That marriage can still get better. That marriage can still get sweeter. Now, I'm not saying where there's violence and life is at stake. If there's violence and life is at stake, separate for a while. The separation will make each other, the spouses, to try to see that no, these are the things that my spouses have been doing. This is the areas my spouse has been been helpful to me. It will help both of them to be able to reassess the marriage. So if there's life at stake, okay, that is the only time that you can separate. I'm not saying divorce, I mean separate for a while. But if there's no life at stake, please stay with it. Stay with it. Remember, you have to work it out. It takes two to tango. Okay, now what research has been saying, telling us that will promote stability and happiness in marriage. You can see that as I was mentioning them, I was bringing out verses of the Bible from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, which is the agape love. It is loving your spouse beyond the errors, which is selfish and self-serving. It is not loving your spouse because of what you can get, but loving your spouse because of what you can give. Now, we said you need to do what to have the 4 types of love in marriage in order for love to be enough. So you have to do what? You have to make sure that you are friends, because it get to a time when the heroes, you cannot find the heroes anymore. You have to be friends. You have to see yourself as a family. Yes, you have to be unconditional about it. So you have to play and confide in each other as friends. You have to defend and care for each other as a family. You have to be passionate about each other as lovers. And above all, your love must be unconditional. Yeah, bringing the 4 types of love together in order for your marriage to work. There must be friendship, there must be affection, there must be passion, and there must be selflessness. There was this story, I end with this, the story of this old couple. They were in their 60s and the husband had stroke. And somebody said that, just a neighbor just said that, just looked through the window and saw the wife, brought the husband out of the door during dusk, maybe around 5 something, and um, the husband was there. I believe she brought out the husband to get some sunlight. Please, elderly people, don't stay indoor all day. Sometimes elderly people will say, I cannot sleep. It is because the bio clock has been affected. So get in the sun. That will help to set your bio clock. That will help your immunity. According to Malachi 4:2, it said the Son of Righteousness will arise with healing in his wings. So that early morning sun is very important for everybody, especially the elderly, because most times they're not going anywhere anymore, not retired. Okay, let me go back to this couple. So the wife brought the husband out to get the sun, and this person, the neighbor, now saw the way how the wife was there taking care of the husband, and from afar she could see how they were laughing and enjoying the company of each other. And he said, wow, this is the kind of marriage I want to have. Despite the fact that the husband had stroke, he couldn't walk very well, but the wife was there taking care of him and even having fun with him. At this time, the love eros, I don't think that would just show its face once in a while, but you could see clearly that there's friendship, enjoying each other's company. There's the philia, that's the filial love. There's the storge love, the one that is enabling the wife to take care of the husband, and the agape love, the unconditional love that is making her to do what, to care for him. The same thing with husbands. So you need all these for love to be in place in order for love to be enough in your marriage. I believe that you've been able to learn something for this past 8 weeks that we've been discussing about love is not enough. And I pray that every home where love is not enough, the Lord will help you, that you put all you have listened to into practice so that from today you begin to experience a heaven and earth relationship. Your marriage will endure, your marriage will be satisfying, your marriage will be full of peace, prosperity, the presence of God, so that even the generation coming after you would want to pray this prayer and say, we want our marriage to be like yours. Thank you so much for joining us. Until we come your way again, God bless you.
And I found you at the right time. You're running my mind. Oh no, it's been a long time. Oh, I've been searching for a long time. Glad that I found you at the right time. Oh, you're running my mind. I can't lose this loving, this loving, this loving. Don't wanna lose this loving, this loving, this loving. I can't lose this loving, this loving, this loving. Don't wanna lose this loving, this loving, this loving. I see what I've been missing. Been through many seasons.